everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, then welcome. I'm super excited to get into today's look. I actually did a poll on my Instagram to see what you guys wanted to see. So if you're not following me there, definitely follow me because I do post a lot there. But you guys voted and you wanted a fall look instead of another Halloween look, which I totally get because Halloween's kind of canceled this year. So I am going to be doing a fun fall glam look with you guys. So hopefully you enjoy it. As always, don't forget to subscribe to this video, to hit the bell next to it, and to give this video a thumbs up if this is content that you like to see. And let's get started. So I'm really excited for today's look, not only because it's like a glam fall look, but just because I'm getting to use some products that I haven't used yet. So I know usually I use kind of the same things over and over again. That's just kind of like my comfort zone. But I decided I'm going to use almost all new things this video so that I can use some things I haven't used in a while or haven't had a chance to use yet at all. So stay tuned for that. First, I'm going to go in and prime with my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. So I'm going to start out with my brows. I'm actually going to use my NYX Brow Powder Pencil, and this is in the shade Espresso. So really, I'm not a huge fan of the powder pencils when it comes to eyebrows, and I think I've said this before too, but I just don't think they're as long lasting as literally any alternative brow product, like a pomade or like a more gel. I don't know what that's called, if it's like gel or wax that it's considered, but I think those are longer lasting because they're thicker in consistency, whereas like powder is just very light. So it's great as far as like coverage, and I feel like, you know, as far as doing the job, it does it. If I was going to leave this look on for longer or like all day, I'd probably use something different. But like I said, for the sake of using different products during this video, I just wanted to use this since it's been a while since I've used it. So I usually fill it in basically 3/4 of the way and leave the whole front part open because it's like the consistency of this pencil is really easy to distribute throughout the brows so it doesn't get too dark. So I usually just brush upwards and then brush it forwards into the front of my brow just to kind of give it a more natural look but still filled in. And then I'll just go back and do any detail work that I need to do or just like fill in any spots that didn't quite get covered. Okay, so I'm going to go in and clean up my brows using my Morphe M124. This is not my, just going to focus. It's not my go-to brow brush. The one that I usually use, I actually used for the black in last week's video. And I just haven't cleaned my brushes yet. So we're working with what we have. But I prefer usually something that's a little stiffer and more flat. And then I just put some of my Fenty, this is just the Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation. I'm trying to figure out how to get my camera to focus better. I'm not an expert on this yet. But I just put some of this on the back of my hand. And I'm just gonna clean up my brows just so they're a little bit more crisp. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with those, so I am going to use my Morphe Brow Gel and just set these in place. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with the brows, so now that those are done, I am going to go in and do my foundation. So like I said, I'm using the Fenty Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation. This is in 185, I think. I'm going to use my Morphe M439 to apply it. I really love how full coverage this foundation is. Like I am starting to get like some menstrual breakouts like on my chin right here, and like just always this time of month I always get a little bit more acne, which I just love so much. So I really enjoy this because it's not super heavy, but it's still full coverage, and it's a soft matte, so it leaves you a little bit dewy but not like super, it doesn't matte you completely, which I really like, because sometimes I feel like super mattifying foundations can almost look drying if you don't add enough to it. That's the thing that bothers me the most about my skin, is I'm very oily, so I try to take as much of that away as I can, but still I don't want to look like I just threw a whole bunch of powder on my face to cover it up, you know? Also, I've been trying to work on like a decent length for my videos. I don't ever want it to be so long. Like, I find myself, if I'm watching longer vlogs, sometimes like skipping through. So I'm like, I don't really need to see all this like filler content. But I've been trying to stick to like 14-15 minutes and like right around there. I feel like that's a decent amount of time. But give this video a thumbs up if that's a good amount of time. Like, I want to make sure obviously that I'm not, like, that I'm respectful of you guys' time in a sense, because I also just feel like I don't want to make 30-minute long videos when like 5 people are going to watch the full 30 minutes. It's kind of pointless. So hopefully these are a good length for you guys, but let your girl know. Like this video. Okay, now I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape. I need to get a darker shade of this. I'm in the shade Fair Beige, the 12B. It's a little light. Probably good for winter because I'm a little pastier in that time of year, but it'll do for now. And I'm just using my Real Techniques Beauty Blender to blend this out. So almost like how the Morphe sponge has the 2 flat sides, I really love using those to set my under eye. I'm just gonna use my Real Techniques one. It has like the 1 flat side that works just as well. And I'm just dipping into my Laura Mercier powder that I put in the lid. And I just try to really press it in to get the like setting effect that I want. I'm not huge on baking because I do have some creases under my eye that I just can't get rid of no matter what, so I don't like to accentuate them any more than they already are. And then I'm going to put some of my laugh lines. I usually get the most creasing under my eyes and around my laugh lines. Okay, I'm just going to wipe this away. I just love the feeling like whenever your face is set and you just feel snatched, like you feel like everything is where it needs to be. Pretty great. So for bronzer, I'm actually going to use my Morphe. This is the GLAM bronze. Yeah, GLAM bronze bronzer. So it comes with the like bigger pan and then a little mirror inside as well. Just nice. It's a little bit of a lighter shade than the NYX bronzer that I usually use. So it's just like a little more sun-kissed rather than super bronze, which I enjoy. I feel like it's hard to keep using new products once you find ones that you really enjoy. Like the NYX bronzer I really like, but I'm trying to force myself to use the other products that I have because they're all still really good products. Like, I love this bronzer. I feel like it's super blendable. Like, the coverage is great. The color's awesome for what I need, and it's not too harsh. But then you just get so used to what you use and like just kind of get stuck in that routine. So I'm trying to break myself of that. See, I feel like that bronzer is just so like the perfect shade where it's not like too dark or like muddy looking in a sense. What is this hair doing? Okay, and then for blush, I'm going to go into my NARS Orgasm palette. So this came out actually a couple months ago, and I bought it and literally have never had the chance to use it. Well, I've had the chance. I've just never given it a chance. So it comes with 3 different shades. And this one is more like a highlighter, and then these 2 are just different variations of blush. So I think I'm gonna go in with this one. They're a little more shimmery than I would really like. I'm not a huge shimmer person, like on my face, besides highlight, but just like especially on my cheeks because I have the acne scars, I feel like shimmer accentuates it. But we'll see. So I just took a little bit, I guess, of like a combination of the 2. That's cute. That's pretty natural, actually. Okay, that's pretty cute. I think I'm going to use highlight in here as well for highlighter later, so we'll come back. So I'm going to actually get started on my eyes. So I'm using my Urban Decay Shadow Potion Primer. I don't know if that focused or not. My eyesight is so bad and the screen on my camera is so tiny that I could just never tell if I look like Shrek or like if I look okay on camera. So here's hoping. Okay, so the first shade I'm jumping into is in my Juvia's Place palette. This is Afrique by Juvia's. So I actually used this in my, I think this was the one I used in my Full Face of Black Owned Beauty video. So if you want to see another look with this, definitely, I think I did a Pride look with that one. But the colors are super, super pigmented, like so pretty. And they're all just like perfect, I feel like, fall colors, like a lot of them. So I'm gonna stick with this one. It's called, I think these are countries in Africa. Well, I know some of them are. I'm not super stupid, but I just don't know every African country. So this one, Kisi, I think it is. So I'm gonna use Kisi as my transition shade and then darken it with Cameroon. So I'm starting with this one and then darkening it with this one. Get my face out of there. These two here. And I'm just using my Morphe M501 for this. So if you're new here, I have obviously really hooded eyes. So when I put any kind of a color or like transition shade in my crease, I always go above it instead of in my actual crease. So just FYI, so you don't think I'm crazy. I try to like bring it basically right to where like my brow, under my brow is, and then just bring it down and fill in that area. So it's a little bit, I get a little more coverage out of it that way. And then I'm just using this Morphe blending brush. It doesn't have a number on it, but it's just like a smaller blending brush to dip into Cameroon, which is that darker brown on this side right here. And then I'm just putting that mainly right above my crease, so not blending it out as much, but just putting it right in this area to darken a little bit. And it just basically gives it a little more definition. Another thing I do, and I don't really think about it as much because I'm just so used to it, but I'll raise my eyebrows to like basically get rid of as much of like the hood of my eyes as possible. Then when I feel like I have enough product in the area, like I'll go from having my brows raised to relaxing them so I can make sure that it's in the right spots whenever my eyes are relaxed and like in what I'm gonna look like naturally. But it just helps, especially because like hooded eyes just means you have more like skin right here, so then blending gets a little bit messy. Take it for what it's worth. I'm not a professional, but I just feel like these are things that really work for me. And then I'm just gonna go back in with the M501. There's no new product on this, but just to blend this out a little bit more and kind of blend the two colors together. So using my Morphe M431, it's a little bit more pointed and like precise. I'm gonna use this color Bintu, which is like a burgundy-ish color. And I'm concentrating that, not in my actual crease, but just right above it to where I want my crease to be. So for this, I'll relax my eyes and then just literally right where my, like the fold of my eye is, where it starts to be hooded, is where I'm putting this. And this again is just to define the crease a little bit more. So like the darker brown is almost like a transition shade for this, if it makes sense. So it all blends out in the end. Kind of like a cut crease in a sense, but just not as precise. Like I don't really care if it's like super clean lines. I want it to be a little more blended out, but I still want the cut crease effect where my lid is still kind of free of product, so I can put a shimmer shade on my crease. And then just going with the smaller blending brush, I'm just going to blend this just right where it's at already. I just want to basically buff it out so it's not such a harsh line. But I'm just keeping it exactly where I already placed it. I just basically want it a little softer, if that makes sense. Okay, so you can see how my lid, obviously it's a very tiny lid, but I just don't have any product right here or right here. So for the area that doesn't have shadow on it already, I'm gonna use that for shimmer. So for the shimmer, I'm gonna go into my Morphe, this is the 35F palette. This palette is so pretty. So basically all of these, I don't know if you can, like if it translates on camera, but they're all shimmer shades. So like this one, that's like the purple is super, it's super shimmery. So it's really, really pretty. This whole palette is so nice. And these are like buttery, these colors. Like just, can't can't wait to use them. So I think I'm gonna I want something a little darker for a little dramatic effect. Okay, so I think I'm gonna use this color here, this like shimmery pink shade. And then I think I'm also gonna go in with a little bit of this darker purple one. It's just a little too dark for me to want to use it for my entire look, so I'm gonna try to blend the two a little bit. So first I'm just gonna go with my Morphe setting spray and spray my lid, or well, spray my entire face, but. And then I'm actually just gonna use my finger for this. I think that's just the easiest application sometimes for some shimmers. I almost said simmers. So I'm gonna start with the pink color and just concentrate that in the front. And then a little bit of this darker purple, and I'm gonna put that on the outer corner to kind of create like a smoky eye type of effect. And I'm basically starting from the outside and kind of pushing it forward so that it blends into that pink, and then I'll blend it more with my brush. So obviously you can tell it's pretty harsh right now, but that's kind of the overall look that I'm going for. So I'll do the same on this side. So I think I have about the same amount of product on both sides. So then I just relax my eyes and make sure that where I have the product placed is basically it's going to be visible, because that's what happens a lot with when you have hooded eyes, is that you put on a lot of product but it gets hidden by the hood of your eye. So I just always like to double check and make sure that anything that I put on is visible when I raise my eyebrows and whenever I relax my eyes. So I'll just put a little bit more in the areas that I can't see it as well, just to make sure the look gets its full effect, you know? Okay, and then like I said, I'm gonna go back through and blend it. So I'm going with my Morphe M504, which is just like a fluffier blending brush, and I'm just gonna blend the two shimmers together. And then just with my pinky, I'm just gonna take this gold shade right here and just do the inner corners. And it's like a deeper gold shade. I'm gonna go back in with my Morphe M431, just that smaller brush we used, and dip back into Bintu, which is this maroon shade that we used earlier, and do my under eye with that. And I'm just bringing it all the way over to connect with the gold. Catch me at the pumpkin patch, how about it? I'm giving myself one more spritz of my setting spray. And then using, what brush is this? My Morphe M441, I'm dipping back into the Orgasm palette with this highlighter, and I'm just gonna highlight my cheekbones. Wow. I hope that translates on camera. Holy cow, that is pigmented. Okay, Nars, go off, sis. We stand. Okay, overall, thoroughly impressed with these products, honestly. Like, these are not impressed with my very loud neighbors. I'm just gonna use this really tiny M152 brush, and then I'm gonna use the same color and just do my brow bone. And I'm just concentrating it right in the middle of my brow, just to kind of raise my eye a little bit, not bringing it all the way down. Okay, I'm just gonna pop on my lashes. I'm using my Lily lashes from the style Miami, my literally go-to favorites. So I'm just gonna put these on, and then I will be right back. Okay, we are back. The lashes are on. You're zoomed back out. For my lips, I'm gonna use my usual fave. This is my Live Glam Lippies. This is the lip liner Muffin. And then I'm using the color Bougie, and it's also a Live Glam Lippy. It's like a little brownish moment. So we've lined, given ourselves a little bit of an artificial lip. Now I'm gonna go in with the Bougie lipstick. One final spray. And this is the final look. What do you guys think? Is she fall? Is this giving fall vibes? I feel very fall right now. I also feel like I shouldn't have worn a purple sweater, but whatever, you know. So thank you guys for watching. This is the final look all completed. I am super excited at how this turned out. I think it's super fall vibes. Comment down below, let me know if you agree. But thank you guys for watching. As always, don't forget to subscribe, to hit the bell next to it, and to like this video if you want to see more content like this. And I will see you guys next week. Bye!